Hi, I'm Hazel. I live alone on my 28-foot junk-rigged sailboat, and this week I'll be taking you along with me through some of the highs and lows of sailing down the west coast of Portugal. First, let's start where we left off last week, in Nazaré. Well, just getting ready to leave Nazaré. Today's only like 25 miles further south to Panish. So yeah, should be pretty easy going. Hopefully there's some wind as ever. Just did a quick engine check, checked my oil level and my water level. That's all fine. So that's good. Well, guess we're ready to go. Bit wavy out here. I am clipped on harness. Get this mainsail up so that I get a bit of stabilization. So usually I would release the sheet and the yard haul before raising the sail, but in wavy conditions like this I kind of like to keep them tight so that the sail doesn't flop about so much. So when I raise it enough until the sheet is tight, I let that go a little bit and then I continue pulling up the mainsail. Now there's a crab boat in the way. Stop this. Avoid that. Gotta loosen that sheet a little bit more. So what I'm doing here is I'm also loosening the yard haul sporadically. Honestly, a little bit scary sometimes being so close to land, especially when it's wavy. We stayed in Panish for the night. The anchorage was just inside the breakwater, which meant that there was a lot of traffic going through. Is there another one coming out? A lot of fishing boats were going out this evening, but luckily we didn't seem to be too affected by their wake and could get a good night's rest. So we're on another lake south. This time we're going to Cascais, and it is foggy once again, as so often on this coast it seems. It's not terrible, but Dad isn't that far behind me and I can't see him anymore, so it's certainly restricted visibility. I've just switched my VHF into plotter mode so that I can see all the AIS signals that I'm receiving, but quite a few of the fishing boats, the little ones, they don't really have AIS, so still got to keep a lookout. Also, there's a lot of crab pots out, so you know, just to keep it like interesting, but mainly it's going all right. Alright, this is like so typical. Nearly all day there was no wind, and now I just took down the foresail. I only got the main up. Still doing 6 knots. What on earth? Sorry for the wind noises, but I guess that's how it goes. Suddenly there's wind. I rounded that cape just now, so that might be it. Well, this means I'll get in faster. 6 knots, that's pretty good. And it doesn't feel overpowered, so that is also good. Yeah, alrighty. So maybe some thoughts about this West Portuguese coast so far, at least. It's been quite the challenge, not to make it sound too crazy, but I think I'm quite a cautious sailor, so I like to, you know, not go out in the strongest wind if I can avoid it. I'm sure many of you feel the same way, but so far it's kind of been down here either like too little wind or too much wind. And then around the capes, of course you kind of expect it around the capes, like that the wind meets and everything's like stronger there because it's more concentrated there, and that's certainly has been the case today for sure. It's also quite swelly, as you would expect. I mean, it's open to the entire Atlantic. So really these aren't like surprises, and yet I found it like a little more challenging. I'll kind of be happy when we're down south at the Algarve. It's been really cool being in Portugal. I've enjoyed it a lot. But it hasn't been the best sailing conditions so far. And that may be partly my fault because, as I said, I'm so cautious. Yeah, I found it a little bit of a challenge, as I've said now for the 3rd time. But you got to challenge yourself in life, I think. Don't get me wrong, there's been some great sailing days. In fact, while I was just talking, it had turned into a very good sailing day. And it's always a treat when the dolphins come to visit, which they actually did quite a lot down this west coast. There was also a lot of sunshine, I could work on my tan, and the countryside, the rocky, rough, cliffy countryside, was absolutely stunning to look at. Wow, what a gorgeous morning to be sailing into a new anchorage. It doesn't get any better than this really. Super chill sailing. I've only got the full sail up and got 2 reefs. Yeah, just sailing 10 miles to the next anchorage. It's really lovely right now. But you need to stay on your toes. This was on the same day. Suddenly the wind picked up and turned to be more on the nose. I actually ended up switching on my engine because I was a little bit scared and I wanted that extra security. I think what we were experiencing were Catabatic winds. They came racing down these cliffs, and although there wasn't a lot of space for fetch to build up, they whipped up these choppy, short waves which made progress very, very slow and uncomfortable. It's very windy and wavy. We carried on, moving almost every single day further south down the west coast of Portugal. My point of this video really is to show you that it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Certainly there were some harder days than others, and it wasn't helped by the fact that we stick so close to the coast because of the orcas. But when I saw the Cabo de San Vicente, I was overjoyed. We'd made it. And this is it, the Cape. Once I've rounded this, I'll be on the Algarve. So exciting. Oh my gosh. And it's actually really pleasant weather couldn't be a better day, honestly. Well, we're here. We made it to the Algarve. This is amazing. This is basically what we wanted to achieve this year, and we've done it. I'm so happy. Well, cheers to the Algarve! Alright, that is it for this video. Next episode will be on the Algarve, which is so exciting. I hope I got that across well. And like I said at the end, the Algarve was kind of our goal, Dad and I's goal for the year. And we did that now, which is amazing. And everything beyond that is kind of like a little bonus. So that's pretty cool. Alright, thank you for watching. Thank you as ever to my amazing patrons. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks.